Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Coach Arnie Fonseca Jr. Coach Arnie is the host of Epic Adventures. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Coach Arnie. Coach,
Hey,
welcome.
how are you, my friend? Thank you for having me on your podcast and for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to start Epic Adventures?
Well, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and my background is exercise, phys, and wellness. And I've done a lot of work with companies over the last years on creating great culture, which is just another word for attitude. And I learned a lot of that working with the people that have suffered traumatic injuries over the last 30 years. And so as an athlete for over 40 years, I'm always competing at something. I love the Grand Canyon, so I was encouraged and inspired to create a program to help people do great things physically. And so we began Epic Adventures at the end of last year and started promoting it in December and January. And we're putting together trips to the Grand Canyon of different levels, depending on your fitness and what you're willing to do. So we actually take people to the Grand Canyon. We take care of everything from A to Z, the travel, the lodging, the training, and we create an amazing adventure for them. It creates great memories. But it all starts, as you and I were just talking about, with health. Because coming out of COVID in 2020, a lot of people, and I look around in my community here in Arizona, and I see a lot of people that are not very well. And it's not because they have COVID, but they're sitting duck for anything because of weight gain and poor nutrition, not exercising, not taking care of themselves physically or mentally as well. They're depressed. Suicide is sky high in our country right now, especially amongst our youngsters. I've lived in my home for 35 years, and it's the first time that my park right by my house, I could throw a rock and hit it, has been empty for over a year, and it's very sad. And so our children are not exercising, our adults are not exercising. And some of you may be saying, well, wait a minute, Arnie, at my gym, there's a lot of people. Yeah, at your gym, that you have a small sliver of your community that joined a gym, and even then you can't go in at full speed right now. But think about the 99% that are out there. And you know, in some of my talks, Siddique, I've talked about how less than 50% of Americans exercise, and I don't mean just going to the gym exercise. I mean move exercise. I mean they look for every opportunity, and with virtual work now, it's probably higher, that they look for every opportunity not to move. They park in the closest parking spots. They ride elevators or escalators. They do everything possible to avoid movement, and it's very sad. And it's catching up with us, which is one of the reasons that this whole COVID thing hit, because it took advantage of people that were in poor health. Not everybody, but most. It's a metabolic disease. And so that's one of the reasons that we put this together and say, hey, look, we need to get people healthy. Because if you're healthy, you don't have limits. You set your own limits when you're healthy. When you're not healthy, your health sets your limits for you. Okay. And so we believe at Epic Adventures in getting you healthy and fit first, so then you can do great things. Because you can't do great things if you're sick. And it's going to make you even more depressed because you're limited but what you cannot do. And that's what's happening right now, especially here in America. So we are big on health, and then we let the imagination run wild with what you can do. Because then it's about my uniqueness, you Siddique, is I want to help you do what's important to you. So if it's doing the Grand Canyon, let's put it together. If it's doing some other big mountain in your life, let's put it together. If it's doing a 10K, let's put it together. I don't care. because what I care about is what you are inspired by. But we don't get there unless you're healthy.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Your goal is your goal. Whoever is
Yeah.
watching, whatever
My
your
goal is your goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to help you get to what you want to do. And it's probably similar to what you do in the finance and the success world for people, because, everybody has a dream.
Yeah.
I love to ask the question from the movie Pretty Woman. What's your dream? What's your dream? Because everybody has a dream, but how many people are willing to put overalls on that dream and go to work?
Yeah, that's a big question. Okay. Coach, wonderful. That's amazing. It's so unique. And you want to have people move and add the movement to their life in a way that becomes their lifestyle. That's a great.
Yes, absolutely.
Is that right?
Absolutely. We need people to move. Look, I love you. I love everybody, but you're of no use to me at Epic Adventures if you can't move.
Yeah.
How can I help you go into the Grand Canyon, which is 5,000 feet of living history, down to the Colorado River, to Phantom Ranch, to see history right in front of our face that 99% of the people on this planet will never ever get to experience. It's right there. And you can't do it because you're not physically healthy enough to do it. What a shame.
So yeah, Coach, I have some tough questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
When it comes to good health, what are the top three mistakes people do? Top three.
Top three. They don't move, they eat poorly, and they have poor mental health.
Okay. In last 12 months, what are the top three challenges people are facing because of non-movement to keep a good health?
Top three challenges? Oh man. Well, probably number one is diabetes, which is a terrible thing. Diabetes, obesity, and heart disease, which is always there. And cancer is going to come right up again because of worry and stress.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like, based on why you are a coach, Arnie, and you want everybody to move, there ought to be some kind of failure in your life. There has to be something. So what's your greatest failure story of your life you like to share with us? What did you learn from that, and how did you recover from it?
Greatest failure in my life, probably when I BK'd my rehab company.
Yeah.
And what I learned from that was get help. You don't know everything. I remember sitting on a table in my clinic thinking I'll never have to work again. And then when things started coming at you in a flurry, as they do, and I did a talk about it. I said, don't wait till you're 50 to get kicked in the teeth. It hurts a lot more. Fail early. Try things. 20-year-olds need to get out there and sample things and try things and fail and learn from them and get good mentors around them and learn from them and ask lots of questions and be curious. As a former school teacher, we don't teach children to ask questions anymore. We don't teach them to be curious anymore. We want them to be little robots. I want people to be curious and ask lots of questions and learn from them and try things and fall and fail and get up and learn and all the things that we're not doing. And so my biggest failure was the BK, but it was also not asking for help, thinking I had all the answers and I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's switch the side to your success secrets of your, not personal fitness only, for your clients as a kind of goal. What are the top three secrets of success to maintain a good movement in the life?
Well, okay. What am I willing to do? Am I willing to start? So you have to start. Okay. And then are you willing to, when things get hard, how well can you suffer? We talked about that earlier. Many people suffer poorly. When things go bad, they quit. It's easy to quit. So they have to learn how to turn adversity into fuel. So when things get hard, how can you internalize that and make it energy for your body? Okay. Mm-hmm. So you have to start. Then you have to, because the first thing that's going to hit you is adversity. Okay. And then you have to just persevere, because once you persevere through that adversity, in about we'll call it 90 days because everybody loves 90-day challenge. In 90 days, you will create permanent changes in your brain. Permanent changes of behavior can be had in 90 days if you just start, persevere, and then learn the new stuff. So you got to start, you got to persevere, and then you got to learn the new stuff that you're trying to do, whether it's hiking, running, working out at the gym, learning how to eat better, learn how to take care of yourself and nurture yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit. And if you're not taking care of yourself, I always teach people, you first. It's all about alignment, Siddique. You know, it's in my world, it's God, then Arnie, then my wife, then my children. Okay. Most people put themselves last, and that annoys the, you know what, out of me, because if you're last, you have nothing left for yourself. And what good are you if you're not healthy and strong? Who are you going to help? So we have to put ourselves first under God or whoever you look to spiritually, then yourself. You've got to fill your cup up to the top, and anything that comes over the top, you give away to other people. You give it away and give it away, because you'll keep, that cup will keep flowing. And if we don't do that, our cup empties, and then we get sick and we die.
Isn't it, if you fill your cup first, isn't it like many people will interpret that you are kind of selfish?
Nope. I hear that all the time, but I explain it to them. I said, look, what good are you if you're sick? What good are you if you have no energy? What good are you to your children or your grandchildren? I mean, I know people that can't go play with their grandchildren because they can't get on the ground and play with them.
Yeah.
You know, they sit in a chair and they watch them and they just, you know, oh, that looks great. And the grandchildren, you know what they do after a while? They ignore them, because that person has no need, because children are egocentric.
Yeah.
That's the difference. We as adults, we get to make that choice. So if I had a strong enough why that says I want to get fit so I can play with my children, my grandchildren, that'll get your butt out of that chair and start moving, start learning how to eat better. You know who's selfish is the one that doesn't eat well. That person's selfish.
Oh.
Okay, because now they're harming their health. It's going to hurt the other people. So if I sacrifice my health for other people, you know, like I'm not personally responsible for the emotions and feelings of other people. Now, does that mean I go around and hurt people? No, because then that's on me. Because I'm choosing to hurt somebody, which is wrong. Because I believe in unconditional love, Siddique. If I want to be in a relationship with you as a friend, I have to accept everything about you, everything. Because if I come in as your friend and I try to change you, you're going to be resistant to me. You're going to push me away.
Yeah. You're
going to go, I don't like that. Now, if you ask me, if you say, hey, Arnie, can you help me with my health? And I say, absolutely. What do you want to do? And we start to work on Siddique's program. Perfect. You asked me. I offered. I'm going to help you. But if I start going in and start poking, hey, I don't like your shirt. I don't like the way you do. I don't like the way you trim your mustache. And you're like going, oh my God, who is this guy? I think it's great. But who is this guy? And so it's unconditional love. So if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm not going to try to change you, but I expect the same thing back. I call it not the golden rule. I call it the platinum rule. I think I don't want to treat others the way I want to be treated. I want to treat others the way they want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn, just like you talked to me for a few minutes earlier to learn about me. I want to learn about people, and I can't do that if I'm running my mouth. And I have trouble. I like to run my mouth. Okay, so I have to learn that I have two of these, and I have to listen so I can learn about you if I want to have a relationship with you. Yeah. You know, because if I don't, then move on. I love you, but I'm going to move on. And so that's a big part of what I do as a coach. And so that's what people have to learn from themselves. So to answer your question, and without telling too much of a story, is it's not selfish to take care of yourself. Actually, it's the number one thing we should do. Think about this country alone. If people in this country were, as you said, selfish and took care of themselves, we wouldn't have had all the problems we had last year.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. Coach, the people who are watching this now, how they can support you?
Well, I tell you what they can do is I'm a big believer in using the phone. See this thing right here?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my phone number. You mind if
Let's just use the website because we don't want to get the spammy thing wrong.
I don't mind spam. I teach to use the phone. My biggest thing, Siddique, is communication. So I'm just going to tell you my phone number right now.
Yeah.
602-390-9144. That's how people get a hold of me. I believe in talking and communicating and building relationship. Yes, they can go to my website, which is epicadventure.info, and there's lots of information there, and they can schedule a time to meet me and all that stuff. But why not just cut through it and get on the phone and give me a call? Or you can Google me, Arnie Fonseca Jr., and tons of stuff will come up. And I will, believe me, if I don't get back to you within a day, something's really wrong. But I love building relationships with people, and I'm looking for people that want to build either create great health and build great teams to do awesome things, like go do the Grand Canyon. If you want to be part of something big and epic in your life, you get a hold of me and I will help you. I will hold your hand through the whole process. And when we do the Grand Canyon together and you come up out of there at a Bright Angel Trail and your arms are raised up, you are going to be so excited about your life. You're not going to say, wow, that was really hard. You're going to say, hey, coach, what are we doing next? Yeah. That's what you're going to say. Because you did something great.
Yeah. We are about to wrap up. I like to ask this question to almost every guest to get a kind of quick feedback. I'd like a testimonial on your guest experience on the show. Here's my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on a Growth Hacking Secret Show?
I thought it was great. I loved the fact that actually I thought we were doing the show when you first interviewed me, and which I thought what a great strategy to talk to me early and get and learn about me so that you could ask some really sharp questions. So I appreciate your professionalism and how you organized your show and how you got me to run my mouth and get passionate about what I do. There's nothing about having a guest on your show that's passionate about what they do, and that's what I am. And I think it's because the way you asked your question. So I appreciate your professionalism and your organization here, and I appreciate the experience. And anybody that is hearing this should reach out to you and try to get on your show.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Really appreciate it. What would you say as a final word?
My final thoughts are this. Don't let fear slow you down. Use adversity in your life. Use challenge in your life to fuel your life. Don't be afraid to fail, as you mentioned earlier. Failure is good. Failure is good. Use that adversity right now as energy in your life, and you'll change your life forever.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. I have some personal questions. I'm going to fire a few and just let's see what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
What do I want to do? You know what I want to do? I want to continue. I just met somebody just the other day. He's an adventurer. He's about 8 years older than I am. And he's doing some amazing things all over the world. And as things start to open up, I'm going to be putting more and more things on my list. But I want to impact not only my community, but I want to impact the world and get people to think about creating great health and wellness so they can do great things. I don't want to just impact my family or my community. That's great. That's fun. But I want to impact the world, because look around. We're hurting right now, and we need adventure. We need excitement in our lives.
Wonderful. How young are you?
I'm 61, almost 62.
Oh my God, almost 62. So, coach, can I say something?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You are lying.
I
you know
wish.
why? You are 18 years old with 44 years experience.
I love it.
That's it.
That I'm gonna steal that from you.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
Because
steal
the
that.
way you demonstrated your energy, you have to be lying. You can't be 62.
Yeah.
I know many people 52, they can't even speak that much,
No, you're right.
Yeah.
And I love the fact too, because you and I both know young people, Siddique,
Yeah.
that are the opposite of that.
Yeah.
They have because they're already dead. They just haven't made it official yet.
Oh my God, that's a good line. I'm going to steal it from you. You know what I'm talking about. So,
Take it away.
However,
But it's true.
I will credit you for that. So thank you so much, Coach Arnie, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.